Now, to the news. Because the news is much. So let me quickly start so I don't have to be in a hurry. I got 15 more minutes in the studio. Only 10 minutes more to do. The good news is that the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, have set dates to end this petrol scarcity. When I read it last night, I was very happy. Because there's scarcity in town, long queues. And like I said before, we are paying so much. But the good news is that NNPCL have set a new date to say we're going to end this fuel scarcity. All right, and probably they are now eyeing a new pump price at filling stations because stations are now jacking up the price. All right, because there's scarcity. All right, so NNPC had promised to end this current scarcity of premium motor spirit, popularly called petrol, by Wednesday, August 21. That's tomorrow. So tomorrow we might begin to see more stations selling and the queues getting shorter. It's not going to disappear overnight, but more stations are selling at a regular price and shorter queues coming in town. So, and this is coming from Olufemi Shoneye, the Chief Corporate Communications Officer of NNPC. He explained that the scarcity of the product is due to supply disruption, not the availability of the product. So the product is available, but there's a supply disruption. I don't like this in English most of the time. Operations issue, transport issue, disruption of self-supply. I don't like this English. See, Nigerians do not have this luxury of time and patience. All right, like I said, this scarcity is costing us so much economically. The buying power of our salary is depreciating, is depleting. So please fix this thing and fix it once and for all. Supply disruption. You said tomorrow, we're going to hold you by your words, Mr. Shoneye, that tomorrow will be tomorrow when we start observing availability of a lot of these things. So in a statement made available to journalists, he said that NNPCL regrets the tightness in fuel scarcity or supply weakness in some part of Lagos and the FCT Abuja, which is a part or result of the distribution challenges. The company further urges motorists to shun panic buying. Where can we even do panic buying itself? Where's panic buying? It's not what's available, you can panic buy. Anyway, he said they are working around the clock to relevant stakeholders to restore normalcy, and I hope that by tomorrow, like he said, from tomorrow we'll start observing some few things coming down. Still on this subsidy matter, FG, that's the Federal Government of Nigeria, and NNPCL. Yesterday I watched live the news. I was monitoring what was happening, and they said, and the chief financial officer of the company, Alhaji Umar Ajia, made the clarifications on Monday in Abuja. Yesterday, the NNPCL says it has not paid fuel subsidy to anybody in the last 9 months. There's this thing that they keep denying every time. They keep saying no. So yesterday they said, because he's a chief financial officer, he said, because he has the books, he said we have not paid any fuel subsidy to anybody in the last 9 months. In his words, he said in the last 8 months or 9 months, the NNPCL has not paid anybody a dime as subsidy. No one has been paid kobo, but NNPCL Limited in the name of subsidy, in quotes. He said no marketer has received any money from us by way of subsidy, in quotes. No marketer has received any money from us by way of subsidy. Okay? He said what has been happening is that we have been importing PMS, which has been landing at a certain cost. We refine our product overseas. We now pay money to bring it here. Once it lands, it has a fixed cost. So he said what have been happening is that there is a landing price. When it lands here in Nigeria, there's a cost, and that cost is being halved. All right, and that's what we call shortfall. So the government, no. See, we cannot be half it. So that half is what NNPC said is a shortfall, not subsidy. So they are trying to define what shortfall is and what subsidy is. Subsidy is when you pay probably marketers to probably come. No, it said also on that once the PMS lands here in Nigeria and it is at maybe 2 naira, they will now sell it for 1 naira, and the government will now pay them the remaining one. But that takes me to the next one. And said this deal is between the federal government and NNPCL. To reconcile, sometimes they give us money. He said sometimes they don't. There's no money exchanging hands with any marketing. So essentially, it is between federal government and NNPCL. Marketers are not involved, because once marketers is involved, it is called subsidy. You understand? That was the logic I'm trying to say. So he's saying that by tomorrow we shall start seeing normalcy in petrol stations and queues are coming down. However, it's a shortfall, not subsidy. In any case, to the third news, the President Tinubu approves the use of NNPC dividends for petrol subsidy. HOTS 2024 interim payment. It is still a developing story. So what happens every month or year at a particular period of time? The NNPC remits some amount of money, all right, to the federal government as dividends. They remit it. But now someone said, no, don't remit that dividends, hold it back, use that money to now subsidize. So officially, this is the first time we're hearing them mentioning that they want to subsidize. So the money that NNPC wants to pay back, they want to use it back now to subsidize what we are seeing because of the queues, inflation in town, and the scarcity issue. So President Bola Tinubu has approved the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited to use the 2023 final dividends owed to the Federation to cover the cost of petrol subsidies and to help boost NNPC's cash flow. Now, there's a little caveat there. Now, a forecast from NNPC indicated that the total petrol subsidy expenses from August 2023 to December 2024 will amount to 6.884 trillion naira. That's the total petrol subsidy expense from August to December 2024. It will amount to about 6 trillion naira, leaving the company unable to remit 3 trillion in taxes and royalties to the federal government accounts. Now, this thing is a whole lot of kind of mixed story, but it's very simple to understand. Once upon a time, they said there is no subsidy because they're not paying any marketer. To the point where we now have scarcity because of inflation, landing costs. They now say it's a shortfall, not subsidy. Shortfall because it does not involve the marketer. To the point where President Tinubu said, this is becoming too much. Not a problem. Use all the dividends to subsidize. Officially yesterday, that was said, or 2 days ago, that was said, to subsidize and bring down the cost of fuel. That is good news for us. But NNPC is now saying that we can't even pay you the royalties and dividends that you want us to pay because if you do this one, there's no money anymore. And government is saying, don't worry. Just let the people be happy. Anyways, that is what we can bring so far, so good. I do not want to spend too much time analyzing it. I have a whole bucket of words to analyze all of these things to date, but let's leave it at that point and let's wait till tomorrow. What Nigeria is concerned about, we're the children of federal government. We're the children, all right? All we're concerned about is that feed us. As a father, no matter how hard you work, your child wants to eat, clothes, go to school, doesn't care how you suffer or how you struggle. All we can do for you is to pray for you and wish you well. So we wish the federal government well because they say we should vote for them and they are there. Work and go to the grinds and get us comfort. That's all we're asking for. The fourth news today is that Nigeria's inflation rate eases first time in 19 months. You know, when I read that news today, I said, it's a good news. I mean, we should be grateful for baby steps though. So the inflation in the last 19 months, for the first time in the last 19 months, eases. It came down. So inflation rate eased to 33.40% in July 2024 compared to 34.19. So from 34.19, it dropped to 33.40%. And the reason why I'm concerned about all of this news is because it's the marketplace news and how it affects marketplace experience, even your personal experience in the marketplace. And this is the Market Africa show, the customer experience radio show. So now, inflation has dropped from 34.19 to 33.40. If you're a mathematician, the maths there is just 0.8%, not up to 1%, 0.8%. But we will be grateful for baby steps. If this can be consistent and constant, maybe it comes down from 0.8 today, from next month again, come down to this. So according to NBS, the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics, the July headline inflation rate showed a decrease of 0.8%. When compared to June, so July to June, that's a comparison headline. So that's a comparison, all right. So now the lowest figure in 2024 was 29.9%. Now it rose to 34.19. Now dropped in 33.40. Let's hope that there is consistency in this. But let me say this very clearly: that inflation indicators like this one, what it does is that it compare prices of goods and services in 12 months. It compare. A decline of this thing for 0.8% does not necessarily mean or imply a reduction in prices. No. Instead, it shows the rate of price increase had fallen compared to previous months. So what it does is that it compares. That's why the bag of rice might not even have any significant reduction in the marketplace. Bag of beans, the same thing. Fruits, all of them, the same thing. All right, until there's a consistency over time and there is something that is, very, very conspicuous, then we can now say yes. Because there are a lot of things that affect the cost of items in the marketplace. Even this fuel is one of them. So if you say inflation dropped to 0.8% and you want bag of rice to fall from maybe 100 to 50k, you are a joke. All right. Last news for the day is that the cost of rice and other items, they say it has crashed. They say, and I'm waiting and I'm hoping to hear a news maybe next week where my callers will say, Mr. Morph, I was at the market last week because it's a Market Africa show, customer experience. I want to commend the government. The rice had fallen, potato has fallen, yam has fallen. I will be happy. With all of this subsidy that's coming on board and inflation dropping and FX doing magic through this our auctions or selling of dollars to the FX dollars, maybe the economy might jive again, maybe. But I know it might take a little while. One of the things I challenged last week was when federal government had to say they remove the duty-free import of rice. They removed the duty. They had to say duty-free import of rice, of beans, and other food items. They removed import duty. I was not cool with it because, again, number one, why I was not cool with number one is that it is a temporal measure for I think 3 months thereabout. It's not a permanent thing. So they remove the import duty on rice, on beans, on corn, on other things. It's for a period of time, not forever, just for them to cushion this high inflation rate. And I said to myself, why do we have to put such energy to remove import duty? So we have to now import rice again when we have arable lands over there. Why can the government put enough energy to ensure that our free lands, all right, incentivize, like I said, agriculture? Let's plant this rice here, plant the corn here, the cassava here, grow it here, homegrown, produce it, and we consume. Yes, it's okay to remove import duty, but the long and the big picture is encourage farming. Homegrown is very important. I'm not saying the government doing that, and that will be the crux of the issue. Guys, I gotta go right now. It's about 10:57, 3 minutes to end of the show. Thank you guys for calling. Thank you for all your SMS and WhatsApp. Thank you guys for everything and your understanding also. I cannot thank you enough. Like I said, I'm so sorry that last week we had a little fallback, but we are back. Nothing anybody can do about that. Thanks so much, guys. Have a beautiful Tuesday ahead of you. Always remember to stay optimistic, and remember that no matter what is happening in this country, Nigeria, will work for me and will work for you. Have a beautiful Tuesday ahead of you. Bye.